Peace to the gods, peace to the earths. Assalamu alaikum, family. It's your big brother Fahim, aka Day Son of God, just back with another short little bill for the family. Today I just want to go over today's mathematics in the Lost Found Muslim lesson number 1, our 1 to 14. The knowledge degree. The question is asked, have you not learned that your word shall be bond, regardless of whom or what? Answer, yes, my word is bond, and bond is life, and I will give my life before my word shall fail. So this is a universal law that we're getting or receiving right now in our lessons. It's a universal law that what you give out comes back. What goes around comes around. In my breakdowns, I say, every thought or intention one has is recorded in the brain and emitted out into the celestial ethers of our universe. Everything bad that is done in the past or present is there. You might ask, why only bad? Why not good? Well, because the universe was created in truth and goodness. When one does good, it blends perfectly and harmonizes with the universal order. When one does bad or gives their word on something and breaks their word, it disrupts the flow of the spiritual etheric writings in our universe. Like a spider web, it's caught and held there until the day of reckoning with the self or with Allah. Before Allah's word of be, and it is, kun fayakun, before Allah's word of be, and it is, was said, the universe was already in existence. Allah's word was bond because it brought everything that was scattered about into uniformity to produce life. The most honorable Elijah Muhammad said the first law of the universe was motion or movement. The second law was order and correctiveness. One of our universal laws states that what goes around comes around. What one sows, one shall also eventually reap. Some people call it karma. If you do something bad to someone, not good, but bad to someone who did absolutely nothing to you, since the earth and the universe is round, not flat, since the universe and the earth is a cipher and it is round, what you did will ultimately fall back in your lap in the form of justice. When you give your word on a thing and break your promise or your word, you stand in the way of judgment as well. This is why we say, I will give my life before my word shall fail, because we already know and understand we have put ourselves in harm's way by breaking an oath, and we are worthy of death. So that was my breakdown of God's word being bond. Bond, something that is bonded, means something that is brought together and held in a fixed position. Something that is bond is closely knit. It's tight, held together. Nothing can break it apart. When a person's word is bond, this means that you have an obligation to follow through and make good on your words that came out of your mouth. So again, this is a universal law. Everywhere in the universe that we travel, we see this law being implemented. and being carried out by every living thing, every living organism in this universe, even the universe itself and the planet Earth, which is a living organism, same exact thing. All things in the universe, when niyyah, or the intention or the thought is there first in your mind, once you focus on that thought and see that thought and the reality of it, and now you mention or you speak that word or that thought that you had in your mind, now you have an obligation to follow through on your word. A lot of our people take things on face value. I was building with somebody on this the other day. We was just talking about the whole Malcolm X situation, and you know, my brother Spike Lee, man. I mean, I know he may never see this video, but Spike Lee, man, Spike, you messed a lot of niggas' heads up with that movie, man. Like, dead ass. You messed a lot of people's heads up with that movie, because you got black people today who still believe Elijah Muhammad ordered Malcolm X's death. The Nation of Islam had something to do with Malcolm X being killed. Despite now, U.S. documented files haven't even been fully opened for that case. Minister Farrakhan, I think, said a couple years back on C-SPAN, where he told the U.S. courts, he was like, why don't y'all open the files on Ilhaj Malik al-Shabazz? Why don't you open those files on Brother Malcolm X? Why can't the general public be able to look and sift through those documents and to get truth? Why can't we do that? But despite all of the documents being closed, black people in particular, niggas, black people, ignorant black people, Negroes, we've formulated our own conclusion. Just because Elijah Muhammad had killers, you know, niggas that used to be killers around him, and that they bust a gun and they, oh yeah, y'all niggas killed Malcolm. I seen a one post, some dude said that, and I'm just saying to myself, so you don't think brothers was disciplined enough that if the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad said, don't touch Malcolm, leave Malcolm to Allah, that they wouldn't listen? The Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad broke down the science of how Allah's word is bond. So he said, Malcolm is going to be dealt with. Leave him to Allah. Leave him to the self. That self-accusing spirit. Leave Malcolm to that. And as ministers, as brothers and sisters in the Nation of Islam, we understood that. We know the science and understood the science to that. It's just you niggas don't understand the science to that. That's the problem. So you still, oh, Malcolm, he pointed out that Elijah was a pedophile, and that's why they wanted to kill him. Yeah, they wanted to kill him because of that. First of all, what pedophile? You got Sister Ola, Sister Jean, who were the two oldest wives among these teenage girls, or young teenage girls, so-called. There was none of them were teenagers. Sister Ola and Sister Jean were almost 30. Sister Lucille and Sister Tainetta, or whom we call in the Nation of Islam, Mother Tainetta Muhammad. Mother Tainetta Muhammad was the youngest. She had her first child at 23 years old. 23 years old. But when Malcolm fell upon this discovery, these women were already in their 20s. Some almost 30, but they were all in their 20s. Mother Tainetta, like I said, was 23 years old. She gave birth to her son, who in the Nation of Islam is revered as one of our great scholars and ministers, student ministers of the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan. Brother Minister Ismail Muhammad was her first child, who was Elijah Muhammad's father, yes, biologically, but his mother was not no teenage girl when she gave birth to him. She was 23, almost about to be 24. Mother Tanetta Muhammad, I believe, is from Detroit, Michigan, if I'm not mistaken. I think her birth date is 1941. Don't quote me on that. I'm going to have to look and get the exact. But when she had Ismail Muhammad, she was already 23 years old. There were no teenage girls. Malcolm knew that. So Malcolm lied on the messenger. Get that through your thick skulls. You Negroes got to get that through your thick skull. And when I'm talking about Negroes, I'm not just talking about 85%. I'm talking to these Hotep, Black Power, conscious, so-called conscious niggas. I'm talking to y'all. Get it through your thick skulls. You love Malcolm and Malcolm and yeah, he's for Black Power and you love Malcolm but hate the mind that produced Malcolm X. How does that sound? You love Malcolm but hate the mind and the nation that born Malcolm, that produced Malcolm. You hate that. However, Malcolm never left Islam because he went from one Islam into another Islam. He went from a righteous spiritual form of Islam that Master Fard Muhammad and the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad taught, and he went over into a religious, orthodox, Sunni. Allah is up there in the sky somewhere and Shaitan is underground somewhere. He went into that, where the Prophet in that Islam had wives who really were teenagers and who were even younger than teenagers. But y'all don't never say nothing about that. Y'all don't say nothing about that. All these idiots, meathead ass niggas like Young Pharaoh and SETI and all these dudes. Malcolm X. But you don't never say, oh, Malcolm, man, you was an even dumber nigga before. You left the nation and went into some old other foolishness. Why you do that, Malcolm? If you're going to leave one, leave it all. Don't leave that and then go into that. Prophet Muhammad's youngest wife was 9 years old. And he began having babies with her when she was 14. 14. 9 years old, 14. So the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan said that when he heard of Malcolm's erroneous claims, he got Malcolm on the phone and said, brother, I want to show you something in the Holy Quran, about Prophet Muhammad, and his wives and Minister Farrakhan said Malcolm X words to him was, Brother Lewis, I already know that. That let Minister Farrakhan know Malcolm knew what he was doing, and he purposely told a lie to try and tear down the Nation of Islam and eventually bring up his own sect. Master Fard Muhammad told the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad, you're going to have hypocrites in your nation. Malcolm X was one of the hypocrites. W. Dean Muhammad was another one of the hypocrites. I know, man, y'all just hating, y'all know. No, y'all niggas don't listen to, do fact finding research. That's all it is. Simple facts will show you this. The messenger had no teenage girls, and the messenger was married to those women along with Mother Clara Muhammad. He followed Islam, family. In Islam, we can have more than one wife. It's permissible. And they were not teenage girls. 13, 14, 15 as the media and Malcolm put out there. But the thing is, Malcolm didn't even call the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad a pedophile. So you see how one lie just culminates, to a greater, detriment? Do you see that? From Malcolm's lie, this is what it brought forth. This is what happened. So now, when the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad gives out the order, a direct order, leave Malcolm to Allah, the messenger understood the knowledge degree in the 1 to 14. You niggas don't understand it. I even hear some 5%ers, man, Elijah Muhammad, man, he had Malcolm killed, man, I mean, even some of you Negroes, 85%ers masquerading around here as 5%ers. You niggas ain't no gods. You niggas ain't no 5% talking like that about the messenger without proof. Where's your proof? The U.S. government hasn't even opened up all of the files yet. So where are you coming from with this newfound information? Where's it coming from? So when the messenger says, leave Malcolm to Allah, the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad understands how your word is bond, and your bond is what's going to keep you here with Allah. You have to be bonded with him in knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. Once you break away from that bond, anything is subject to happen to you now. Anything. So all of you 85%ers who believe that the Nation of Islam and the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad had Malcolm whacked off, and you know what I'm saying? Yeah, he ordered his death and da-da-da-da-da on some crime mob boss type shit. You niggas is retarded because you don't even have all of the facts, and yet you're saying such, I mean, why? Why? Where you get it from? Where do you get it from? So, family, we got to do the knowledge. We got to make our word bond. When we give an oath and our word on something, we must follow through. Or you put yourself in harm's way of being destroyed in and by this universe and within this universe. You will be destroyed if you break your word. Word is bond, and bond is life. And I will give my life before my word fails. So with that being said, family, just a little short build of the day, man. Just, start do fact finding research, people. Don't just hear things and say things. Don't do what Spike Lee did. If Spike Lee would have came to Muhammad's mosque or Muhammad's temple and just sat with some of the ministers and some of the brotherhood, they would have told him Malcolm's story, and he wouldn't have had to guess. Most of that movie is conjecture. He wouldn't have to guess. It's not guesswork. One of the characteristics of a wise man is that he doesn't guess. If he doesn't know something, he simply just says, well, I have to go research that. You look more intelligent telling people, I don't know. I have to go research that, or I haven't studied that yet, or I haven't researched that yet. You look more intelligent in a room full of intelligent people saying that than to try to get in a room full of intelligent people and try to act like you know something. Sounding dumb as shit. Sounding dumb as hell. Don't know a damn thing. What's that saying? A wise man can fool a room full of fools or ignorant people. But an ignorant person or fool cannot sit among a room full of wise and intelligent people and fool them. It doesn't work. The universe don't work that way. The universal laws don't work that way. So ask questions, family. Be more inquisitive about things. Don't just take things on face value as our people. We just completely disregard the counterintelligence program, just completely disregard. We disregard all of that. Oh, Nation of Islam had him killed. It's crazy. It's crazy. Our people, I can't even, I don't even know. But with that being said, family, just a little short bill, get on your studies, get on your deen, you know what I'm saying? So that you can show and prove yourself as being a supreme being God on this planet. And with that being said, family, I leave you as I came in the greeting words of peace. We said in the Arabic language, Assalamu alaikum Peace to the gods, peace to the earths, and all of the righteous families of the planet. Peace.